Welcome to Monday Night Mayhem, and as always, it is me, Ginge T. I will be your commentary for the evening, as well as your guide through an amazing show that we have lined up for you this evening. As we go forwards over the next few weeks, heading to our first pay-per-view, every man on this roster will get the opportunity to earn their spot to fight for the YCW Championship. Up first this evening, we have Bobby Lashley against Elias, Jack Gallagher, and Daniel Bryan. What a start we have this evening, and everybody else will get their opportunity in the coming weeks. But in our main event this evening, we will be crowning our very first champion here on Mayhem. It will be for the Mayhem Women's Champion, where every woman on this roster will get the opportunity in an 8-way elimination match consisting of Ember Moon, Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Charlotte Flair, Lacey Evans, Tamina, Sasha Banks, and Mandy Rose. What a couple of exciting matches there we have in store for you this evening. But before we get to any of that, we are going to jump right in with our first match of the evening. It is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles against Drew McIntyre. What a stacked evening we have for you this evening, but we are starting it off in a big way with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles against Drew McIntyre. We would like to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to everyone that joined us last week for the premiere of Mayhem. We went through the first 4 rounds of the drafts, and we came away with some big stars right here, including this man right here, AJ Styles. It cannot be understated how excited we are, and by the end of this evening we will have crowned our first champion here on Mayhem, and our first champion at Yorkshire Championship Wrestling. Yes, by the end of the evening we will know who the first ever Mayhem Women's Champion will be, and also by the end of the evening we will find out the first person going to our pay-per-view at the end to compete for the Yorkshire Championship. Now, both of these guys right here will be competing for their spot in the upcoming weeks. But before we get there, we are going to give you one heck of a spectacle right here, just to wet those lips, get your appetite going, and get you in the moods for some high quality action.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, Drew McIntyre.
As we are classing this as the first official show of the brand, anything that happens from here on out will be added to the history books. Yes, we will be keeping track of win-loss records so that we know who deserves the title opportunities. Not the only way to get one, but it will play a massive factor. So although this match doesn't directly affect who is going towards the first championship match, it will play a part down the line. So you've got to think that both men are absolutely going to push for the victory here. But we are ready. Are you? Let's ring that bell. Two very evenly matched guys right here, both wanting to prove that they are going to be the leader in the locker room. First match of the promotion, a lot of pressure riding on their shoulders, you've got to think. But we are excited once again to have both of these gentlemen with us right now. McIntyre with that strength advantage, able to take AJ Styles down to the ground, but you've got to think that AJ Styles has that quickness advantage, allowing him to get those quick blows in right there. Drew with that arm drag, taking AJ Styles down to the floor with a swift kick to the back, watching AJ as he struggles to get back, thinking about what he is going to do next. And plain and simply, he's just going to give him a whack. AJ Styles returning the favour with a backhand right there. But McIntyre once again showing that he is the stronger out of the two, simply picking AJ Styles up and just throwing him across the ring. AJ with the reversal right there, that short arm clothesline, taking him down, but McIntyre pops right back up, electric chair position, and drops him right onto his back. Very interesting to see who comes away with the first victory here. Once again, McIntyre showing his strength, throwing AJ Styles down to the ground. Not technical, not pretty, but it is effective. AJ Styles with a picture perfect dropkick right there, enough to take McIntyre down, but not enough to keep him down right there as he gets straight back up. McIntyre wanting to take things to the outside. A lot of dangerous areas in this outside part, but the only way to win this match will be to gain pinfall or victory over your opponent inside the ring. If this does end in a double count out, then that is it. Neither man will get it. But quick reminder about our next match coming up after this one. It will be a 2-on-2 tag team match between the New Day and the Hurt Business. Both teams, you've got to think, will be buying their time, going towards the tag team championships. Very wise, both men here bringing the action back into the ring. Yes. Oh, before I carry on, AJ Styles getting the calf crusher right in there. Could we get a submission victory to start off tonight's proceedings? Is McIntyre going to tap out? He is not. He managed to get a swift elbow to the back of AJ Styles, allowing that to break it up. And a pile driver spiking AJ Styles right onto his head, but not keeping him down. Another picture perfect drop kick right there. Yes, as I was saying, oh, once again, AJ Styles going for that pinfall, but not enough to keep him down. Yes, the only way to win this match is by pinfall or submission. If it ends in a count out, then neither men will be going towards that championship match. Phenomenal forearm right there from AJ Styles, taking McIntyre down. Is this going to be enough? AJ Styles going for the pinfall and getting himself a 3 count first victory for AJ Styles on Mayhem. Locking right there, going for that calf crusher, but not enough to keep him down. But if the calf crusher does not work, then that phenomenal forearm will work every single time. Fantastic victory right there from AJ Styles, picking himself up the first win and gaining himself that all-important momentum, taking him towards his qualifying match in a couple of weeks' time. But congratulations to AJ Styles right there. The action does not stop there. Fantastic victory once again to AJ Styles. Yes, the action does not stop there. We are about to jump right in to tag team action. The New Day against the Hurt Business, who will come out on top. It is a new day indeed here on Mayhem. First tag team action of the show, and there is no other way than to kick it off with the New Day. In this match, it will be Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Big E is going to be there at ringside for support. Now, even though these three guys right here are a tag team, each individual will also get their opportunity to fight for their spot for the Yorkshire Championship Wrestling Championship, the YCW Championship. It is only fair we are giving everyone a shot, and the same will go for their opponents, the Hurt Business. Here they come, the Hurt Business on their way to the ring. The crowd are loving it here this evening, showing their support, and by the looks of it, the Hurt Business mean business right here. In this match, it will be Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, with Bobby Lashley at ringside for support, evening the odds for both side right here. They look as though they are ready for a fight. You've got to think this match is going to be hard hitting. The enforcer, Bobby Lashley, as I said, will be at ringside, but you've got to think he will be chomping at the bit to get into the ring, and he will have his opportunity right after this one. He will be taking part in the first qualifying match, but before he gets there, he will be cheering on the other members of his team. Dominating force right here, wanting to put their mark on the division. The crowd absolutely loving it this evening. That is what we want to see. That is what we are hopefully going to get each and every single week. Who is ready? We certainly are. Get set, because any moment now that bell is going to ring for tag team action. Here we go, right here. The bell has rung, and it is Kofi Kingston and Cedric Alexander kicking things off to start with. Both men very, very fast indeed. Indeed, all four men here very fast, very agile, and very athletic. You've got to think that everyone here would be evenly matched. Both teams leaving out their powerhouses. Interesting decision, but with Lashley competing later on this evening, I suppose the Hurt Business had no other option, and in 1 week's time, Big E will be competing for his qualifying match. So both teams may be resting on a tactical basis right there. Kofi Kingston keeping Cedric Alexander over on his side of the ring. Good tag team technicians right there, cutting off the ring and working together by any means necessary. Both evenly matched, both former tag team champions. So who is going to come out on top? Quick reversal there from Cedric Alexander, regaining control of this match, taking Xavier back to his corner to tag in Shelton Benjamin. One of the most experienced members in this match in Shelton Benjamin. Kofi Kingston, another one, being around the block a good few times. Let's see whether they can put that knowledge to the test. Locking up right there against the ropes with the referee having to step in. Every referee is going to call every match right down the middle. There will be no screw jobs here. Anything like that happens, then it will be an immediate suspension. We only want to promote the best action as showcased in this match right here. Back and forth between Xavier Woods and Shelton Benjamin, both looking to get the better of the other man. And the New Day slightly getting that early advantage. But as I speak, right there, Shelton Benjamin taking Xavier back to his corner and eating a big boot for his troubles right there. Shelton Benjamin going for that forearm, but Xavier Woods reverses it, but manages to get his second one in there. Once again, going for that maneuver, worked the first time, worked the second time. It's not broken, why change it? Shelton Benjamin going for that arm rake, but Xavier Woods, my apologies, manages to reverse it. Once again, back and forth between them, but Shelton Benjamin getting that advantage just there with that looping lariat. But a showboating to the crowd right there, not keeping an eye on Xavier Woods. Working across the legs right there. Interesting strategy from Shelton Benjamin. You've got to think without the legs, he is going to find it a little bit harder to hit those high flying moves. Xavier Woods looking to tag in his tag team partner. And are we going to see it for the first time here? It is indeed. It is the Unicorn Stampede. We are very excited to be seeing this. I believe we saw it last week. We are once again seeing it again this week. Could it be a regular occurrence? It is become one of their staple moves, as well as that drop kick at the end for good measure. Xavier was very happy with the work right there. Kofi Kingston going for that pinfall, but broken up by Cedric Alexander, who accidentally got the referee right there instead of breaking it up. But either way, it broke up the pinfall. The referee getting back to his feet there. All is good by the looks of it. Able to continue exactly what we want. The referees here are a lot tougher than they look. Flatliner right there from Shelton Benjamin. Could this be it to end the match right here? It only got him a 2 count, but potentially one step further to that all-important victory. Tagging in Cedric Alexander right there. Can he finish it off? Her Business looking for that tag team move right there, but Kofi Kingston, the veteran, manages to get out of the way. Kofi looking at his opponent there, wondering what could he possibly do right here, going for it. He does indeed. going for the pinfall. Change of plan. Kofi obviously thought that was enough to end the match. Trouble in Paradise right there from out of nowhere. Is this going to be enough to end the match? Kofi dragging him away from the ropes. Very veteran move right there. Is it going to be enough? Only managing a 2 count. Maybe that time he spent moving him away from the ropes cost him there, but Cedric Alexander reverses and chops Kofi down to the ground, tagging in his fresh air partner Shelton Benjamin. Could he be looking to end this? Exchanging chops in the middle of the ring between Kofi and Shelton Benjamin right there. Double knees to the back of Shelton Benjamin. Kofi bringing him back to his corner, tagging in his partner. What are they going to do here? Quick reminder about our next match this evening. Yes, it is the qualifying match between Bobby Lashley, Elias, Jack Gallagher and Daniel Bryan, as well as our main event of the evening to crown our first champion. It will be the 8-way eliminator match for the Women's Championship here on Mayhem. Shelton Benjamin hanging upwards on the top rope there. They are wanting to win by any means necessary. Could that have been enough? Shelton looking for that advantage with his feet on the rope, but not enough. Not a wise idea doing it in his opposition's corner. Kofi managing to adjust the ropes there in his advantage. Hot tag right there from Shelton to Cedric, coming in with that forearm and a leaping lariat. Not quite get all of it, but enough to get what he needs. Beautiful suplex from Woods right there with the bridge, but not enough. High action match this, back and forwards. Xavier, my apologies, looking for his pattern victory roll into a leaping lariat. Is this going to be enough to end the match? Woods picking Alexander right back up. Something else in mind, takes him to his corner. They're going to end it right here. Cedric not having any of it with the reversal right there. Throws him straight into Kofi. What has he got in mind? Didn't want to take him out that side, taking him out to the other side now. Looking to plant him on that ring apron. Definitely not going to tickle that. Looks as though there may be a little bit of blood. Is that going to be enough to end the match right there? Cedric certainly thinks so. Going for that pinfall. Kofi not looking what's going on. Coming in a little bit slow and not quick enough. The Hurt Business coming away with their first victory here. You've got to think that Lashley liked what he saw, including that super kick from Benjamin right there. Probably not so much that Unicorn Stampede, but we, the audience, love to see it. Trouble in Paradise right there from Kofi Kingston. Not enough to end the match, however, neither was this victory roll from Xavier Woods. In the end, it came to an apron DDT, busting open Xavier Woods, potentially knocking him out. We are going to get the doctors to have a look, but here are your winners, the Hurt Business. Could that give Lashley that momentum he needs going into his qualifying match right now? And here we go in our first four-way qualifying match for the YCW Championship.
Weighing in at 222 pounds, Elias.
Kicking it off here with Elias in this match. Each of these matches on the qualifying stages have been randomly selected, so each guy in the match has an equal opportunity to win. You've got to think Elias here looking to hit that reset, looking for championships that he has not managed to claim so far. He looks ready, he looks adamant on a win, and so does this man right here. Just watched his team pick up a victory in their first tag team match. Can he do the same? You've got to think that he is one of the favourites in this match with that strength advantage over the other men. Could that come into play as well as that all-important momentum that the rest of the Hurt Business have just picked up? Let's see whether he is able to do it. He definitely looks ready. Any of these men could come away with the victory right here. And you've got to think that maybe this guy here as well has what it takes to come away with the win. Arguably the underdog in terms of experience, but he has the home field advantage. Being here in the UK, is having the crowd behind you enough to pick up that victory? We're certainly going to see whether that is possible. Maybe he is going to rely on his speed, agility and his technical prowess to pick up the win, but it's going to take a lot to get a victory over other men in this match, such as Daniel Bryan, Lashley and Elias. Is he capable? He certainly thinks so. The crowd, as you can tell, are definitely behind him. They think he can do it. Let's see whether he can. And here we go, the fourth member of this match, bringing the Yes movement right here to Mayhem. And regardless of where he is in the world, you've got to think a definite fan favourite. Everyone here a part of the Yes movement. Each of these four men right here have an equal opportunity to come away with that all-important victory and be the first to claim their spot within the championship match for the YCW Championship. All to play for right here. First stage indeed. There we go, Daniel Bryan doing his thing, but whilst he is doing his, we would like to give a massive shout out right here to the official theme song here on Mayhem. It is indeed Rock Ain't Dead by ONLAP. Here we go, all four men right here looking ready to come away with that all-important victory. Who is going to win the first position in that qualifying match? Let's find out. Bobby Lashley straight away showing that power advantage, as does Elias. Interesting to see who pairs up to start with. Jack Gallagher fancying his chances against Lashley. Interesting manoeuvre, but I imagine if he can take out the big man earlier on, it will increase his chances of winning. Gallagher once again going for Elias, picking apart each man right here, doing his best to keep them grounded as much as possible, working on the arm of Elias right there. Daniel Bryan squaring up with Lashley. You've got to think that Lashley, being the biggest man in this ring, is going to be the biggest threat. Will we see any alliances form throughout this match? Also be interested to see what the strategy will be here. Do each men focus on speed? Do they go for strength? Or do they go for pure wrestling ability? Jack Gallagher and Lashley currently out of the ring, leaving Daniel Bryan and Elias to square off for the time being. But just as I say that, both men back up, back into the ring, and going after one another right here. Definitely interesting strategy right here from Jack Gallagher, going after the biggest man. But has he done enough to put away Lashley right here, getting himself a 1 count earlier on? Elias taking out Daniel Bryan there with a massive forearm. Daniel definitely one of the more experienced members in this match right here. Is that going to come into as a factor? Will that gain him the advantage? Or will one of the younger up-and-coming guys pick this apart? But with a suplex like that from Lashley on the outside, it is going to be hard to carry on from something like that. Lashley once again picking him up and just dumping him onto the apron right there. Daniel Bryan pumping up that aggression, going with his stomps that he's been known to use every now and then. But is that enough? He goes for the pinfall. Lashley coming in and breaking it up just as the referee hits the mat for a 1 count. Lashley turning his attention to Daniel Bryan there after going for that pinfall, leaving Jack Gallagher to turn his attention to Elias. Lashley once again going for that power advantage, but Daniel Bryan hitting right back with that running knee, taking Lashley right out, causing him to roll to the outside of the ring, turning his attention to Jack Gallagher right there. Elias struggling to get up, but finding it a little bit easier with that help from DB right there. Daniel Bryan and Elias once again left in the ring to square off. Daniel hitting with a massive forearm right there. Not paying attention too much to Lashley, who comes in and once again shows off that power advantage with a knee breaker. There we go. Lashley continuing to work over on Daniel Bryan, picking him up for that delayed suplex. Massive headbutt right there from Jack Gallagher, going for that pinfall. Can he do it? Bobby Lashley is currently distracted, and that was enough to pick up the pinfall. Massive underdog story right there, but coming away with that all-important victory. Who would have thought it, with some of the experience in the ring in that match? Jack Gallagher coming away with that victory. Bobby Lashley had himself all tied up there with Daniel Bryan not paying attention to the referee's count, and Jack Gallagher managing to steal a victory right there. What an impressive way to do that right there. And it is official, as you can see right here. Jack Gallagher is the first person to qualify for the 5-way YCW Championship match. And whilst we are on the topic of qualifying matches, next week we have 2 massive matches for you. The first being this one, AJ Styles against Shelton Benjamin, R-Truth and Big E. What a match right there. But we have a second one in store for you. We have the Viper, Randy Orton against The Miz, Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. What a couple of massive matches up next week, but it is now time for our main event. This is the moment we have been waiting for all evening. We are about to crown our first champion right here on Mayhem, and our first champion here at Yorkshire Championship Wrestling. We are set for an 8-way women's elimination match, where the only way to win and to eliminate your opponent is by pinfall or submission. All 8 women here on the brand fighting for their opportunity to stake their claim as the leader of their locker room. Tamina already in the ring and Sasha Banks on her way currently. There is a big fight feel ready for this one. It can go anywhere. We might see alliances form. We might see best friends turn on each other. But that is the price to pay when championship gold is on the line. Lacey Evans here on her way to the ring. We'd like to say once again a massive thank you for watching along this evening. Your support means the world to absolutely every one of us here, including the fans here in attendance. So, to ensure that you do not miss our amazing matches in the upcoming weeks, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have the notifications turned on, and to spread a little bit of love, give us a like, and if you are feeling extra bougie, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you have thought so far, what you would like to see coming up, and any potential improvements you think could be made to the show. We, as you can tell, are just starting out. We want to put on an absolute show for the fans, and that includes you. We, as you can tell, we on Mayhem have picked up Mickie James, recently being treated very unfairly, but we are glad she has agreed to join us here at YCW on Mayhem. Maybe she is looking to stake a claim at that championship, including this woman right here, Dana Brooke, yet to become a champion in previous promotions. But as we say, everything is up for grabs. It is anyone's ball game right here. Anyone can walk away with the championship, including this lady right here, Ember Moon. Another lady right here looking to make an impact. Could we see it tonight? Could we see that wonderful eclipse from the top rope, being known to take out many opponents in the past? But will it be enough to leave her as the last woman standing right here? Or is this woman right here going to walk away with the victory? A multiple time women's champion everywhere she goes. Is she going to make history here once again tonight and walk away as the first ever Mayhem women's champion? You've got to think that if she does, we probably would not hear the end of it. But Charlotte Flair cares not what people say as long as they are talking about her. Could it be Flair's night? Or is it Mandy Rose's turn? Again, another woman right here who has not managed to win a singles title. Could that change right here this evening? Be interested to see what the strategy will be and whether any alliances will be made. Not really given the spotlight in a previous job, so is she going to take it right here tonight? This is surely going to be a match of the year candidate. All women here willing to leave everything in the ring. Question is, who is going to walk away with the victory? There goes the bell. We are about to find out who will be crowned the first ever Mayhem Women's Champion. Let us know, who do you have to win this one? It could go anywhere right here. Could veterans such as Tamina and Mickie James walk out with this one? Could the strength advantage of Charlotte Flair or Dana Brooke pick it up? The boss, Sasha Banks, again looking to stake her claim, or could it be left to a rising star in Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, or Lacey Evans? Again, it is unknown who is going to walk away with the victory here, but as it starts out, everyone giving it their all. Sasha Banks already been taken down by Charlotte Flair, who then turns her attention to Lacey Evans. Uneven history there between them two, but we will not mention that one too much. Bit of a cringy thing going on, but once again everyone is back in the ring here. Bit of history there once again between Charlotte and Sasha Banks, picking up where they left off, but Sasha being fair to others and sharing that pain. Lacey Evans and Mickie James squaring it up right there in the corner, as well as Dana Brooke and Ember Moon in the centre of the ring. Tamina as well, being fair to all, looking to dish out the pain to absolutely everybody. Big question as well, who will be the first woman eliminated? Surely that is not something that you want to stake your claim at. Could the tactic be sit back, hide, stay out of the action until the last possible moment? Certainly that is what I would do. Save up my energy, let everybody else fight it out, and then pick up the scraps at the end. Or, as everyone is doing here, trying to work down their opponents as quickly as possible to try and eliminate them. Dana Brooke using her power advantage against an equally powerful Tamina right there. Lacey Evans and Mickie James squaring it up on the outside, only to bring things back in. Mandy Rose and Sasha Banks, short-term alliance they're working on Ember Moon, but Sasha Banks quickly turns on Mandy Rose there to gain that advantage. Mandy Rose not forgetting about it though, however, coming right back in and going straight after Sasha Banks right there, although Ember Moon there to cause that little bit of trouble. Mandy Rose rolling to the outside of the ring, allowing Ember Moon and Sasha Banks to square up. This would be a fantastic match to have in the near future between those two women there. Potential to be an instant classic, but Sasha Banks returning back to Charlotte Flair, continuing their rivalry. Still no eliminations in this match as of yet. double team right there on Mickie James. All 8 women still with an opportunity to become the first ever Mayhem Women's Champion. Mickie James going for a high risk maneuver there, turning her back on Ember Moon, who gets a drop kick and is about to hit a massive back suplex from the top rope. Surely that is going to take its toll on Mickie James, but Ember Moon deciding not to go for the pinfall victory right there. She's got something else in mind, a handspring clothesline. Is Ember going to go for it sometime soon? You've got to think that eclipse is coming closer and closer. The majority of the women here spilling to the outside. Ember Moon thinks she's got it here, going for that pinfall on Mickie James, only managing a 1 count. Still not enough to gain that elimination right there. Still everything to play for as we continue. A beautiful maneuver right there from Ember Moon, and could this be it? Going right up to the top rope. Everybody else nowhere to be seen. Is she going to go for that eclipse? Mickie James with a kick up and dodging out of the way of Ember. That could have been the end right there as we know it. Dana Brooke and Tamina back into the ring. Mickie James going for a Mick DD. Fantastic maneuver right there. Could this be the first elimination? It is indeed. Ember Moon has been eliminated. Dana Brooke going for a pinfall as well on Tamina, who has also been eliminated. 2 quick eliminations right there. Fantastic. Lacey Evans going on Charlotte Flair. There we have it, within the space of about 10 seconds right there. 3 eliminations. Just like that, this match has turned on the head of a dime. Fantastic action right here within an instant, going from 8 down to 5. Mickie James, Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose and Sasha Banks, all still with the opportunity to become the first ever champion here on Mayhem. Indeed, the Mayhem Women's Champion. Exciting match so far. Couple of high prospects being eliminated early on, but there's still got to be a couple of fan favourites still in this match for you. Dana Brooke taking a well-deserved rest on the outside, as is Mickie James. Dana Brooke going straight after Sasha Banks, picking her up, slamming her down, showing that test strength, going for that pinfall, but I believe Sasha was right on the ropes there. Still going for a backbreaker, torture rack style. Sasha Banks very wisely rolling to the outside of the ring. Dana Brooke going Mickie James to the outside, leaving Lacey Evans and Mandy Rose. Lacey Evans going for a pin, but only managing to get a 1 count. Dana Brooke focusing right here on Mickie James, showing that test strength with a... She going to go for it? She was going for a suplex on the outside. Instead, inside in the ring right now, Lacey Evans going for another pinfall, but again, Mandy Rose kicking out right there. All 5 women back into the ring. Massive test strength right there from Mandy Rose. Mickie James going for a pinfall on Dana Brooke. The action is so thick and fast, it is becoming difficult to call right now. Lacey Evans taking a break on the outside, as is Mickie James, and Mandy Rose leaving Sasha Banks and Dana Brooke to go at it in the ring. Bank statement right there from Sasha Banks, but again, I believe Dana Brooke was right next to the ropes, on allowing Sasha Banks to hook it in right there. Mandy Rose focusing on Sasha Banks right now. One of the definite favourites in this match to win, but I think Mandy Rose with a slight power advantage on that one. Looking for a big manoeuvre right here. Kick to the gut. Is she going up? Yes, she is. Could this be it? Could this be Sasha Banks over? Only managing a 2 count. I think Mandy Rose is going to be disappointed with that one. Throwing her to the outside right now. Focusing her attention on Sasha Banks right here. Mickie James in the ring, focusing on Lacey Evans right there. Dana Brooke regain. Oh! Chick kick right there to Lacey Evans. Could this be it? 1, 2, and 3. We are now down to 4 women. Half of the field has been cleared. Mandy Rose working over Sasha Banks here on the ramp. Getting a little bit of assistance right there from Dana Brooke. These 2 women known to have tagged in the past. This is one of those alliances that we were waiting to see. Both women here with a clear agenda. Take out the favourite and leave it up to themselves. Mickie James stood there letting them have at it, recuperating a little bit here. Smart manoeuvre. Mandy Rose picking up on this, going straight after Mickie James. Irish hook to the coin, going for a diving forearm, but missing ever so slightly. Mickie James setting up for a Mick DT and plants her, going for the pinfall victory. 1, 2, and 3. 3 women remaining. Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Dana Brooke. We are ever so close to the end of this match. Now, what a fantastic night it has been so far. We have found out who the first person to qualify for the YCW Championship match will be. That is, of course, Jack Gallagher, and by the end of this match we will have found our first ever champion. Dana Brooke going there for a cheeky pin on Mickie James after Sasha Banks has worked on her, but only able to get a 2 count right there. Sasha Banks looking to go for that bank statement on Mickie James, but Dana Brooke in the way to break it up. You've got to think, what was the strategy there? But all fairs that end well if Dana Brooke manages to get that victory in the end. Maybe she feels as though she had a better chance one-on-one with Mickie James than she would Sasha Banks. Mickie James on the outside of the ring here, allowing Dana Brooke to work over Sasha Banks, going for that pinfall, managing to get a 2 count. Working on the back of Sasha Banks right there. Taking the action back outside of the ring. Feeling as though she could do a little bit more damage on the outside, although she is feeling the effects of this match now. All 3 women here must be absolutely tired. Staying in, obviously, from the beginning. They have been going a very long time here, but it just shows what the championship is worth to all 3 women here. Mickie James back up, getting involved in the action here. Bit of teamwork here, tightening up against Dana Brooke. Both women here want their opportunity against her. Okay, she may be the stronger out of 3. Take out the strongest, leave a massive match. Again, Mickie James against Sasha Banks. What a match that will be. Sasha taking Dana Brooke into the ring, but Dana Brooke not having any of it, getting a couple of swift knees right there on Sasha Banks. Again, working over that back. Massive shot right there, but Mickey James going for her version of an unprettier. Turning her attention to Sasha Banks, going once again for a Mick DT. Fantastic manoeuvre right there. You've got to think this is the end. And indeed it is. We are down to the final two women right here. One of these two, either Mickey James. No. I thought that was a 3 count. Sasha Banks is still in this. My mistake right there. Very fortunate to kick out at 2, but once again another 2 count. Sasha Banks proving that she has what it takes to win this championship, but Dana Brooke looking to end it right here for Sasha Banks. Big maneuver right there, going for the pinfall. 1, 2, just too much right there for Sasha Banks. Definitely eliminated there, confirming with the referee once again, as I was saying earlier, leaving these 2 women, either Dana Brooke or Mickey James, will be crowned the first ever Mayhem Women's Champion. You can see what it means to both women right here. Mickey James hitting a flapjack right there on Dana Brooke on the outside. They are willing to give it everything they have now. The end is in sight. What are they going to do to get there? Mickey James going for a big maneuver in the corner. Dana Brooke moving out of the way. Another, are we going to see it? Torches rack style back breaker. Dana Brooke, surely this is not the time to be taunting the crowd. This close to the end. Concentrate on what needs to be done. Hanging Mickey James up there on the top rope. Going for a big maneuver right there. Mickey James getting out of the way, but not managing to get out of the way of a big right hand. Although managing to get out of the way of that one. Breaker right there from Mickey James. You've got to feel the end is coming ever so closer. The tension is picking up, as is the pace of this match. Mickey James going for a pinfall victory there. Has she done enough? She has indeed. Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, your inaugural Mayhem Women's Champion. Mickey James right there, going down in history as the first ever Mayhem Women's Champion. You've got to think that all the trouble she has gone through over the past couple of months has led her to this one. So thank you to everyone that has joined us over the evening. Once again, massive congratulations to Mickey James right there. Remember, fear on Friday. Good night.